Today I'm at Snetterton 300 for the first time, and I've brought my 1998 Ninja ZX9R to find out what this track is really about. So this is the Snetterton 300 circuit, a very fast and technical track in the UK. Long straights, heavy braking zones, and corners like Riches, Montreal and Bombhole that can catch you out if you're not paying attention. It's built on an old RAF airfield, which explains these massive open sections and that brutal back straight where you'll be flat out praying that your braking marker comes up fast enough. I've never ridden here before, so today is all about learning the lines, finding confidence and seeing how this old school ZX9R holds up against a proper modern circuit. So let's get out there. Okay, here we are at a very windy Snetterton. It is a lovely Wednesday morning. It's about 10 degrees and the wind is insane. Obviously we are back with the ZX9. Not had the balls to get the ZX10 out of the garage yet. I think I'm waiting to give the ZX10 its one track day of the year, maybe at Donington, just to, you know, get some nice photos on it. But yeah, same setup as before. We got the generator over there, nice little table setup, and then yeah, both the bikes on paddocks and warmers all ready to go. We are of course in intermediate group, still my first time at Snetterton, so gonna see how we get on. But yeah, very excited for this track. It's a lot more interesting than Mallory Park, which we did the other month. I feel like there's an ample number of left turns this time instead of just lots of rights, you know, like we've been seeing before at Brands Hatch Indy. So yeah, very excited for that. But yeah, Inter's group, there are, I believe, 63 bikes out today. So pretty stacked group. Not looking forward to all that potential traffic, but we'll see how we get on. Not even done any sessions yet. So yeah, just chilling, waiting for us to go out. I think we're second group, so should be good. Interestingly, noise tested today and I did a 104, which I thought was quite a lot. Don't really know what all this inconsistency is from. You know, I've had readings of 99 from one place, 102, now 104. They said just be careful because the drive-by is like 92 decibels, so not really sure what I'm going to be careful about. I'm going to be caning it as much as possible, but if I do get black flag for noise, I will have to put a baffle in. But yeah, so what I'm going to do now is just get the first couple of sessions out of the way, then let you know how I'm feeling, and then get the cameras on. Okay, that is session number 1 done, and oh my God, it took so long to get it done. Reason being, in the advanced group before us, there was an accident just before the main pit straight, and it literally meant we were stuck in the pits for about 40 minutes. And they said, we're not going to make your session shorter, you do the full 20 minutes. So we were there waiting, tyres were stone cold, and then finally got out to do the 2 sighting laps, and then yeah, did our full session. But despite having cold tyres, which they felt awful, they felt like they were flat because I'd set the temperatures for a hot pressure, so they felt pretty crap. But once they warmed up, actually had a really good session for a first session. All things considered, you know, first time here, all that stuff, and yeah, really enjoyed it. But I think the one problem was the amount of traffic to begin with. The groups just seem to bunch up, people aren't getting past, and you know, it gets a little bit sketchy. But I was able to clear a lot of the traffic, and then yeah, had a decent session, learning the track. I think I need to just study it a little bit more because I'm still quite uncertain what's coming up. So yeah, don't want to overcook it. But gonna do session 2, no cameras, and then I'll probably chuck them on session 3 as per usual, and then check back in. But because of the, must have been like a 40-minute break for that accident that happened, I think they are just making the last sessions shorter, or maybe they'll get some time back in lunch. So yeah, not too sure. But yeah, this is the novice group coming back in, and then it will be advanced, then we're back out again. But yeah, Dad didn't have the best of times because he's on a brand new, you can't really see, but yeah, he's on a brand new tyre, so he didn't really enjoy it. But I had a good time, so That's all that matters. But yeah, bike's feeling good. Making sure I'm putting way more fuel than actually probably needs to be in there, just because I do not want to run out again. But yeah, I'll put cameras on in session 3 and yeah, get some nice clips hopefully. Okay, that is the morning sessions done. 3 and 4, just done them with the cameras. Bike's pretty good, no complaints other than I think I missed a gear coming out of the pits and then a gear just after the hairpin. But aside from that, it's pretty good. Fuel, no issues with that. This is, I think, the novice group. But yeah, because of that bad accident this morning, they've reduced our session time. So 3 was only like 15 minutes and number 4 was only 10 minutes. So had a lot less track time than we'd have liked and also what we paid for. But hopefully we do a shorter lunch and then it's back to, I think, 20-minute sessions in the afternoon. But yeah, the only thing that's really irking me about this bike now is just how much it gets left on the straights by, you know, 1000s. It's not a problem for me to come past 600s and it keeps up with the 750, so that's fine. But it's just all the thousands just get away from me on the straights, which is really annoying because I know I can have them in the corners, but yeah, they just get that extra distance on the straight. But maybe I just have to be better, who knows? So plan for the rest of the day is just working on being smooth, really. I think that smooth is fast and fast is smooth, all that stuff. I thought I'd just jump in the van because I put out a story on Instagram the other day just asking for any general track questions or what to include in the video, so I thought I would answer them now while I've got time for lunch. So first question, it says, I'm really interested in track days as a new rider. Is it worth getting a track bike or just riding my bike? I assume they just mean the road bike. And I would say, unless you're going to be doing at least one track day a month, it's really not worth spending loads of money. I mean, if you got the money, go for it. That is great. Just if you're not doing at least one a month, I don't really think it's that worth it. If you do 3 in a year, it's definitely not worth having a dedicated track bike. But on the other side of it, it's great to have a cheap track bike like I've got, so you're not worried about crashing it. You don't have to, you know, have it looking all pretty, and then you can have your road bike for, you know, nice occasions and have it all road legal, because mine has no plate, no lights, no indicators, none of that stuff. So it's 50-50. If you've got the money and you can justify doing it by doing multiple days, then yeah, I'd say go for it. But if you're doing like 1, 2, 3 track days in a year, I don't think it's worth it. Next question is, what is your fastest lap at each racetrack? So I've only done this one. God knows what the time is, probably something awful. Brands Indy and Mallory. So my best at Mallory was 1 minute 2 seconds on the ZX9, and my best at Brands was 57 seconds, also on the ZX9. Next one is fastest speed in corners, and I will have to say I have no idea what my corner speed is. I mean, I know there's a very fast corner at Mallory Park, which I want to say I'm probably doing at 100. Don't really look down at my speedometer, to be honest. Next question is, besides the bike, what else do you recommend taking for the track day? So a van is amazing. It means you don't have to ride there. It means you can have your bike not road legal, so you don't need the plate, and you can just slap it in the back and off you go. Aside from that, tyre warmers are an absolute game changer. You can probably pick up a pre-owned set for like less than £100. Same with a set of paddocks, and they just allow you to push right out of the gate, right out of the pits basically. So yeah, 100% recommend tyre warmers, and it just gives you a little bit of, you know, added, not security, but, you know, a bit more confidence, you know what I mean? Aside from that, a kettle, 100%. Bring a kettle. It's good to be able to make tea, coffee in the morning, you know, boil stuff for a pot noodle, for example. And I'll just do one more. Next question is, what does being on track feel like, if that makes sense? For your first track day, it's gonna feel very strange because you're just not used to it, and you don't get flustered, but you think, oh my God, I'm doing it. You know, you get out there and you're like, what the fuck? You almost forget how to ride a bike, basically. But no, it's very good. It's strange because you ride on the road all the time and you think, I can't speed here. I don't know if I can take this corner because of oncoming traffic. I don't know if there's a pothole, all this kind of stuff. You don't have to worry about any of that on the track. There's no oncoming traffic, obviously no cars. Everyone's going the same way. The road surface is pretty much perfect, and you just have loads of runoff space if you do make a mistake. So yeah, it's very freeing, I'd say. You don't have to worry about all this stuff on the road. So it is quite a stark contrast when you think about it, and it actually makes going back to road riding quite difficult. You do too many track days and you're on the road and you're like, oh, I'm so bored, I can't overtake, I can't speed, I can't do this, I can't do that. So yeah, that is a little question segment. So yeah, time for a little bit of lunch and chill out, really. Hopefully get some nice pics and videos of the bike. And if you're wondering why I'm doing face cam but blurring my face, I'm soft launching it. I'm getting myself into that mindset, because I don't like to show my face for many reasons, but I thought it would be more interesting than me just pointing the camera there whilst answering questions. If I don't like even blurring my face, this might never see the video, or I might just include some B-roll, maybe some laps as well. I'll just put like some raw footage of the laps if I don't like it. But yeah, lunch and then back for session 5. Okay, that was Snetterton 300. 7 sessions, not all of equal length. They were a bit here, there and everywhere, to be honest. We had some 20s, some 15s, some 10s, mainly because people kept crashing, essentially. So shit happens, lots of red flags, but that's part of the game, I suppose. Really liked the track, to be honest. Quite fond of it. I think it's a lot better of a day than we had at Mallory Park. It's just a better circuit, you know, better amenities, and yeah, just all round really good day. I had a couple of sketchy bits. It's mainly on the corner before the paddock straight, essentially, but I think we made it out quite fine. But yeah, definitely like to come back here later on. I feel like I would want to come back here on a more modern 1000, potentially the ZX-10R, just because you absolutely get left on the straights by, you know, all of the S1Ks, the R1s, all these fancy bikes. They absolutely tear away on the straight, but they're shit in the corners, so, you know, makes up for it a little bit. But yeah, van's just being loaded. Gonna go get a McDonald's. And drop me a comment if you enjoyed this video. Make sure to like, subscribe, all that stuff. And yeah, see you at the next one, which will be Brands Hatch GP circuit. First time there at the GP, that is. I've done the Indy plenty of times. That will be on the 14th, I believe, and it's a no limits day, so hopefully it will run a little bit smoother than today's gone. But yeah, see you next time.